Did you miss me? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the weekly Steelchair, where, as you can see, I'm in a good mood. We're certainly going to have a lot of fun tonight, but fuck me, we got a lot of comments in already. And I'm not kidding, Fernando dropped a comment in at 7:45. Brother, you're on crazy stuff if you're sending a message in 45 minutes early. Maria, 30 minutes early. Zodiac in the past 15 minutes. James, good to see you as well. Yes, I echo such statements. Rest in peace, and rest in peace to Michael Masden as well, and Kenneth Colley. Kenneth Colley played Admiral Piet in the Star Wars original trilogy. Obviously, Michael Madsen, a great actor as well. Kill Bill Volume 2, he played the CIA agent in Die Another Day, if you're a Bond fan. There's been a lot of sad, tragic deaths today, so we certainly think for those who have fallen. We certainly honour them in the best way. And I did tell you, it wouldn't be long. I did tell you it wouldn't take too long before he returned. But 100% and this. We're certainly going to come to that, but this is a great point because now madness is forming, and I'm eager to see what happens next. I think we're in for a really strong all-in. But before we can go all-in, we need to go to Dynamite. So good to see you all. Fernando, thank you as well. We couldn't wait to see homie. Keeping it real. But how is everybody? How are you all? Let me hear your thoughts and feelings. Let me hear your day. Everyone is welcome, no matter where you're from. Even if you're bored out your skull, you're still welcome because maybe I can make you fun. I can make you cheaty. Everyone is welcome. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Zodiac. But to paraphrase an old statement, let me talk to you. Except I'm not going to be in catering or not going to get a failed push for a world title because mine's is behind me. But let me hear how you guys are. Because we certainly have a lot to get through. Me too. I honestly think All In could be the best pay-per-view of the year. What's up, Abdul? You are bang on time, brother. Abdul will be walking in for Turkey going, so it goes like this. Here's my lira. Give me my t-shirts. And I'm going to go fast on the sea. I'm going to say something as well tonight, and this is the end of it. This is officially where the jokes, the mocking ends. I don't want to see any slander for the following people: Hangman Adam Page, Jon Moxley, Mina Shirakawa, Mercedes Moné, this chat, Will Ospreay, Swerve, The Bucks, Okada, Ibushi, and I don't want to see any for MJF. Those are your highlights. Those are your really showed up moments of this show. And I'm not saying anyone gets to slander, but you cannot physically from last night's show, there is no way you can say they're detractors or they don't draw or they don't care. Literally, they all showed up. I know you hate. I know you despise MJF, Fabo, but he honestly last night he delivered. Now he looks like MVP with no balls, but he showed up, and seriously, I was impressed. I think he had one or two little moments, but that promo seriously showed why they're building up to the work. I didn't leave out Okada and Ibushi. I said Okada and Ibushi. I think Hangman was the strongest out of the two. I thought Moxley at least. It's okay, Fernando. For me, Moxley gets a pass because of what he did during the promo. That's the difference for me. Now, they could stink up the joint next week, and by all means, you can slander them next week. But for this show, you absolutely can't. Hangman did have the promo of the night. Yo, Josiah, what's happening, brother? Here's a main question for you. Because I pay attention to your Twitter, mate. Are you alright? You can talk about it with me like off screen if you want, but I'm just asking, are you alright? Oh, he did handle the crowd like a world champ, 100%. Josiah's a lovely bloke. That's why I'm asking that. I'm not saying it to call him out or embarrass him. I'm asking if he's okay. Just like Zodiac. If Zodiac's happy me to mention it, Zodiac recently has been having a bit of issues. So I'm asking how his appointment went yesterday. So I'm hoping Zodiac's okay. I hope you're all okay. You don't have to disclose that information, but what I'm saying is when you guys are speaking, whether it be in community tabs or if it's a Twitter post or whatever, I do see. I don't miss it. I'm always like keeping like it always there. You know what I mean? So everyone in this community, everyone that watches this show, everyone is welcome. You know, everyone's welcome. I absolutely do not. I absolutely do not want anybody not to feel in this chat that they are not welcome. All right, Nick, thanks very much. It's not really 300 for me. It's 300 for Dynamite. But in terms of this channel, in terms of live videos, we are... You know what? I'm actually going to check how many live videos I've actually got on this channel. Forget shorts or anything like that. I mean, just physical videos. How many have I got? This might take a while. 4, 8, 12, shit. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44. Six, 160, 164, 168, 172, 176, 180, 184, 188, 192, 196, 200, 204, 208, 212, 216, 220, 224, 228, 232, 236, 240, 244, 248, 252, 256, 260, 264, 268, 272. Since the channel has restarted after New Japan killed my original channel. Again, I love New Japan, but still, fuck your admin. We have on this channel live episodes 272. That includes reviews, watch-alongs, gaming streams, fun shows, the lot. And that's only a margin when there's 673 videos on here that includes uploads and YouTube shorts. But 272 live videos. Mental. It's okay, Nick. It's okay. You cheeky bitch. Let's see. What's he saying? I mean, today's been tricky. Still in shop. I'm feeling better than this morning for sure. You know what? I'm glad, my friend. I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better. And you know for a fact you're always welcome in here. And I will say this, if anyone uses this channel as an escape, I've got no issue with that either. I really don't. I've got no issue with that. Oh yeah. We had it in the early 2000s though. He looks skipper. Good old fashioned classic TNA. Abel being very nice. This was fun. I was honestly pissing myself laughing when that happened. But yes, 673 videos, 272 live episodes. September 2nd. So literally a week after Forbidden Door. Just checking here if we got anything. Nope. 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 All good. All good. All good. But yeah, September 2nd. I really can't wait. I am really appreciating all the support on the channel recently. The video that we did the other day, the recent live for Raw that we did, 173 views currently. Again, it's not about the views that matter, it's about the enjoyment of the community and having fun. You guys make it fun, which I appreciate. So, top fans. Let's see. Abu is ahead by default, but you're all on the same experience point. So, Abu, James in second, Fernando third. You all have 75 XP. Maria also 75 XP, but they've gave top spots to those guys. So I think we can safely say YouTube is being sexist. So Maria, I would sue. I'm only kidding. Please don't. Well, I know you guys will for July 4th, but I don't. I've still got to wait another 3.5 months. I knew that would make you laugh. Abel, if you need the heat, just watch a Stephanie Vaquer match. Or is it Asuka? Or is it someone else? Reece will be watching all Kurt Angle videos on July 4th. I mean, to be fair, I do have a preparation to watch Kurt Angle match at midnight. Ooh, that's a great question. No. Right, there's only one way to respond to Abel. This is the only way to respond to Abel. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha. That was necessary. That was necessary. Bleach fan, hello. Takeshita and Young Bucks killed those. What they had a great night. The Young Bucks and Takeshita. Takeshita especially. Although that blue thunder bomb found it nearly backfired on Bandito. Oh, supercard of concussions, more like. Can Danhausen be a star in WWE? A star? No. Could he be a relative merch seller? Potentially. I mean, Mr. Iguana outsold that yeet clown Jey Uso, so anything's possible. Although Mr. Iguana's cool. I think anything is possible. I don't think Bandito's overrated because not many people actually talk about Bandito that much. Yes, Takeshita has. I brought up on the Ring of Honor review last week, remember? Takeshita has challenged for the Ring of Honor World title. He will face Bandito at Supercard of Honor. And I agree. I honestly think Moxley will retain. But even if Hangman wins, I'm alright with that. Like, I've got no problem with that at all. So here's a question, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to start with some news? No, it's okay, Zodiac. To be fair, when you look at it, it was very clever what they did. But it allowed Jericho to get away as well, which is massive. So that's what I was going to say. Do you want to do news, or do you want to start the show? No, this is like I mean like wrestling news, like any news particular that I can look up. Do you want wrestling news, or do you want to start with a 30-minute Q&A? Which is you guys only. You know what I mean? Like same as how we always do it, just Q&A style. Do you want to do news or Q&A? Okay, we'll go with the majority then. Okay, let's see what we can find. Q&A, wait, go, you're better than What Culture and Chris. You think I'm better than Chris Van Vliet? Wow. That. Wow. Takeshita should win the TNT title instead of Kyle Fletcher. You know what? I'm going to star that. We'll come back to that later on as an interesting discussion. There is a certain load of news. I quite like him, but I don't think he's the best. I quite like him. Although I feel like there's some strange sides to him when it comes to his interviews. Right, let's see. Let's start with this one. Let's start with this bit of news and then we can laugh about it, talk about it, or simply say skip. So you guys have the choice. Body slam net. Ibushi really laid into Okada last night. And to be fair, dished it back too. I'm so glad for that match that we got it. Roman is not retired, but his return will be short lived. That's for sure. As will Cody Rhodes. Okay, so here's the first bit of news, and again, we can either talk about it, we can laugh on it, or we can skip it. So Bodyslam Net recently posted that Britt Baker is actively seeking to part ways with AEW. AEW, however, is not looking to release her from her contract. Now, for me personally, Britt Baker needs to leave AEW anyway. I don't care where she goes, but in retrospect, as far as AEW goes, she ain't contributing shit to this division. It's passed her by. But what is your thoughts on Britt Baker, folks? What's up, Kings? Keep Britt Baker far away from WWE. I mean, you could put her in WWE, go up against Charlotte Flair for who's the biggest bitch in wrestling. I see you've changed your profile pic there. Liv Morgan, eh? Yep, I agree. Roman will be starting. Yeah. Good question. Why would you keep her? And I was at her last major pay-per-view match, and she was dreadful. She was dreadful. So what? What's that got to do with showing up to work and doing his job as a top face? I mean, you could put his face in the ground. It'll do well. Oof. I think Billy might lose the will to live. I think the anger would seep through. There is obviously a recent interview that John Cena had with Complex. I don't know if Complex saw, but we will address a few things that he's mentioned, and I want to get your deliberation on it. I would give her away to WWE gift wrapped, like a badly wrapped Christmas present. Yeah, but when was the last time AEW went to Pittsburgh? You're not wrong. Oh, hands down. I think when you look at it, if you're being honest, the way All In is being booked and the way AEW are in such a good momentum right now, All In could genuinely be the best pay-per-view of the summer. One night over two horrible nights. Agreed. Blake versus Britt for the NXT Women's title with Jordan Grace as special guest referee because she's been demoted from SmackDown. I guarantee she goes in, she creates a faction, and they're all called drillers. Let me check your dentures. We should rename her to Britt Yankum. She can go by or that she could be Isaac Yankum DDS, but we'll call it, but redo her. Give her the same horrible teeth. That would be funny. That would be funny. I mentioned there's a few things. Oh, she's Britt Yankum, exactly. It's brilliant. It's not a bad shout. You need to move them to SmackDown, however. Because Jordan Grace is going to SmackDown. Eventually, when they get promoted, obviously that's the roster they plan to put her on. Dentist Initiative. Britt Baker versus Nia Jax. I would honestly beg Nia Jax to crush every bone in Britt Baker's body. It wouldn't take much. Just one my hole jump down. Yes, she did. She absolutely did. John Cena's Complex interview. So here's the first thing. Yeah, but she hasn't done it since. We need another one. That's true, Kings. The only difference is Mercedes is a bigger star, better promo, and a better worker. A garage dumpster and set it on fire. So John Cena has named Stone Cold Steve Austin as the GOAT WWE entrance. What is your take on that, ladies and gentlemen? The GOAT WWE entrance, according to John Cena, is Stone Cold. I don't often agree with him, but I think he is particularly correct in terms of recognized entrance. It's up there. Like that 90s Taker. You can slander Chyna as much as you want. Even the Rock's entrance, like Hollywood Rock, was great. Bret Hart. There's a lot there, but he said the GOAT entrance, just all in general, the GOAT entrance, even Kane's entrance was great. He's saying the GOAT entrance was Stone Cold. Stone Cold is a GOAT on everything, period, says Fernando. Stone Cold got the loudest pop entrance, 100%. He goes on a little bit further, and he gets asked a very important question. Yeah, that's fair, Zodiac. So in the same interview, he was asked this question. Travis Scott. He is actually not coming back to WWE, apparently. Apparently there was something going on. That's an interesting Mount Rushmore. Oh, 100%. He would bury those yeet chants in seconds. Here's a question for you, ladies and gentlemen. Would you replace any one of these names? He was asked to name the GOAT trash talkers. He said Rowdy Roddy Piper, The Rock, Stone Cold, CM Punk. The greatest of all time at trash talking. Piper, Rock, Austin, Punk. True, to be fair. Remove The Rock? Really? Okay. For who? In a way, I do agree with you, Zodiac. Keep free and remove Punk. Okay, then for everyone you remove, who are you replacing them with? Me personally, I'm surprised he did not name Chris Jericho. You'd replace Austin with The Miz. Interesting. It's an interesting shout. LA Knight, because he'd fit right in that Attitude Era. You think LA Knight's a better trash talker than The Rock? I mean, I respect that. I respect that. Remove Punk, replace him for Jericho. I think Jericho is one of the absolute best. Zodiac says replace Austin with Paul Heyman. Okay. Josiah with an interesting shout, Scott Steiner. Yeah, there's something about Jericho. When Jericho took the piss out of you, that man did not stop. Since you want to shoot Cowboy. Absolute GOAT tier. I mean, that's a fair point, but I sometimes think if you get straight to the point, you might not keep them on side. I see your thinking though. That's what I like about it. Like I do like that. This is a question I don't think was necessary to ask Cena, but he answers it anyway. Replace Punk with Drew. That is true, Abel. Cena's asked this question. I don't think it was necessary, but fair enough. So John Cena was asked to name who the greatest of all time is for an actor. Sorry, for a wrestler turned actor. He said, I'm going to give respect where respect is earned. Dave Bautista. Dude has range and has now transformed his whole body. The stuff he's about to do, look out for Dave Bautista. The stuff he's already doing is incredible. But as far as wrestler turned actor with like the range, Dave's got range. I mean, to be fair, Bleach, you can always end things promo differently. Drew is underrated. I definitely think Batista's the best wrestler to become an actor by a mile. Like, the man was a brilliant Bond villain. He was entertaining in fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. He just gets it. Like, he was built for acting. You know, he weighs 240 pounds now, like his actual weight. He's lost about 60 pounds. And it's like muscle. Like, he looks incredible shape. Yep, that's spot on, Bleach, and definitely Maria, definitely. Idris Elba was in the same interview with John Cena, because obviously they're in the same movie, The Head of State. Idris Elba was asked to name his WWE Mount Rushmore. Anyone want to guess the 4 names he listed as his WWE Mount Rushmore? Absolutely, Fernando. I mean, Abel's literally just went on bloody. Abel's definitely just went on Twitter and went, yeah, it's got to be this one. But yes, that is correct. Those are correct. One Good lad. That is true. And you haven't seen John Cena look like an absolute spanner selling drugs. God almighty, that film is shit. Speaking of Cena, he shared the worst advice he ever got. You gotta drop this wrestling thing if you want to be accepted. He still sucks in movies, so I don't think he has been. There's obviously the stuff about Jeff Hardy. He said that his own personal demons is why his AEW run didn't work out. I admire that. Army of the Dead is good. AEW news. And I'm going to, instead of saying it, I'm going to share it. This is with TMZ. I want you guys to tell me how you feel about this. And then I'm going to obviously go over the quarter increased ratings on AEW, which is causing an interesting discourse at the minute. So this is Tony Khan with TMZ. I will zoom in, don't worry. But tell me what you think about this. This is Tony Khan talking about the influence of wrestling fans on the AEW product. What do you guys think? Again, if you agree, feel free. If you disagree, please say why. Massively, Zodiac. Massively. You do want them. Now, obviously, people come in and say, oh, but they're clearly not listening if Moxley's the world champion, but they are listening because look at what they're doing. They're pushing a lot of talent in the best way that's forcing the champion's hand. That's listening to your audience. Especially if you're booking something that people don't actually understand or are doing something that they don't think about. Oh, AEW are actually booking stories. Not just wrestling matches, they're doing story. It's time people actually just give them the flowers. AEW have had a fantastic 2025. Abel says, well done. Zodiac says, feel like they're being heard. I agree. Wait, what? They absolutely are in a roll in the moment. And Bleach, you know what? That's a fair comment. Keep up the good work, but don't let the fans control too much. That is a very fair take. That's very fair. I like that as well because you can't have them so much control because it could then backfire. You still got to have some firm control in your own creative direction, but it's good to have fans included. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. Interesting. 100%. Let's see what else have we got. Don't want that. Don't want that. We already know about Cody Rhodes and Roman sadly are going to ruin Street Fighter. Yeah, I don't think you guys are going to like this. Oh, definitely, I will. Bleach, that's a fair way to put it because in reality, it's not all truly believable. He can be a major factor, but he doesn't have to be the primary factor. But he can certainly be a massive contribution to the the end of the Death Riders. That's a fair way to put it. Like, I don't have any quarrel with that. But yes, Jelly Roll's appearance on SmackDown next week is going to lead to a small program. This is so bad. James, you, my brother, absolutely get me. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. SmackDown is crap right now. What have we got next? This. She has been at AEW tapings. Isla Dawn is expected to be a member of the AEW roster soon. I, for one, love this. Imagine what she could bring to that AEW division, that women's division. Oh, it'd be so good. Bleach, that is so damn accurate. They're obsessed with celebs over pushing their own talent. Because look at the main eventers on Raw and SmackDown. They're not young. Dakota Kai, could she win the Gauntlet? Perhaps. I'm still not sure who's going to win that. I'm more certain on the men's side than the women's side, to be honest. Corey Graves, by the way. I think you guys have something to say on this one. There's a strong contingency to get Corey Graves on the weekly main roster TV shows, regardless of who is or is not available. While several understand the value of Pat McAfee for the company, no one values Pat McAfee as a cunt. Many feel Graves is way too good and passionate to not be on the main roster commentary week in and week out. And they're not making money for it, Abu. Top fact, Cardi B's going to do nothing for that SummerSlam show. Massively, Fletch. Massively. It's good to see you, brother. There's been a lot of sad deaths today. The thing is, see at one point, Corey Graves was actually a decent wrestler. The problem is like the injuries. I think he's in the weird thing is, I know he's a WWE fan, and I was watching NXT at the time when he changed himself up. Corey Graves is in the wrong fucking company when it comes to his style of wrestling. Let's be real, his look, it's the wrong company. And that's not me saying that because I want him out of WWE or whatever. I'm looking at it based on perspective. Massively, Bleach. We need the alternatives to really be on cylinders because then it'll force others to kick in. And if they don't kick in, they can't get better. Yeah. It's not just that. We like Michael Masden, rest in peace to him. Always, and rest in peace to Kenneth Colley from Star Wars. Like, there's so many sad deaths today. I seen this last night on her Instagram live because she told fans to stop calling her Mercedes Hogan. She got pissed off last night. Mercedes Moné's comment on Evolution 2. But hey, Mercedes Moné's a problem. Clearly not if she thinks this. Oh yeah, 100%. That's correct. So was the magic of Shayna Baszler as well. I'm happy with that, Abu. I don't care. But I like this. I like this comment from her. Have we got anything else? I'll just refresh, see if we got anything else. 2 seconds. Nope, never mind. Oh, actually, there is one thing. Natalia Neidhart. Let me just, for that 2 seconds, because there's an update from Natalia Neidhart as well, which I find odd. It's so easy for them to do that, Abu. And Bleach, 100%. Tonight as well, if TNA obviously, Tasha Steele is also going to discuss Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. I'm eager to see how that goes. There's a lot of good matches for the New Japan Academy this weekend. We are 1 week away from the G1. Zachary Vance versus Nick Nemeth is also on tonight. Eddie Edwards versus Matt Cardona should be good. Then obviously you've got the Knockouts chain match, Killer Kelly versus Masha Slamovich. The winner will face that bitch, Dana Brooke. And Inspiration are in tag action versus Blanchard and Vic Crow. Some seriously decent matches. Tomorrow as well, Gabe Kidd versus Tanahashi for the IWGP Global Championship tomorrow. Yes, I will be doing a review tomorrow, pal. What else have we got? Let me just see. I've seen some things, yes, but I'm not like overly looking. I know there's a big change regarding Ricochet. But yeah, Natalia is on a demotion situation. Well, I know for a fact that Ricochet will be with Gates of Agony and AR Fox as a faction going forward. It's because they don't know what real pain is, Bleach. No, I'm just saying that is a thing though, Fletch. Wow. Guys, you need to go and look up. Alright, folks, you need to see this. John Gruden has posted this directly from AEW. Tony Khan sent him this personally. Look at this.
No wonder they move around
nice.
so. Aren't those nice?
Yeah.
Almighty. Look at this AEW golf shirt.
Oh,
you
pretty.
like that?
Yeah.
You know who else is in the AEW? The All Elite Wrestling League? It is freaking MJF. He wears a scarf, you know. Very fancy, beautiful scarf. And when you think about Maxwell Jacob Friedman, all I can say is he is big time. I mean, he's so elite. He's going to be in the upcoming movie, Happy Gilmore 2. This thing is heavy. This is what Tony Khan must have been talking about. This thing weighs at least 30 pounds, man. It's the same kind of belt Mercedes Moné wears, the CEO. Have you ever seen Mercedes Moné? Beautiful. She gets in the ring with Tony Storm, and then they make a big storm when they wrestle, baby. I gotta unzip this thing, man. This thing is a real elite wrestling belt from the AEW. I can't even get it out of here. It's like
This is seriously
so carefully. It must be
genuinely nice.
Look at
Oh,
this.
sick.
Look at that.
This, it has a bar stool there. Brutus QB camp and All Elite Wrestling. Is this great or what? This Tony Khan, I love you, man. I love the Jaguars. I love AEW. And man, I love the Young Bucks and the Young Bucks shoes. This is perhaps
That is what I call genuine. That is genuine. But hey, they don't care about things. Clearly not. Oh, it's absolutely stunning. I could have bought that damn title when I was at the first All In, but it was 800 quid. I'm like, nah, that costs 400. Like, I'm not spending that much money on a title, but I do need to get. I need to add more to my collection, obviously. And don't worry, I will. Wow, James, this one's just for you. Gareth Bale has bid £40 million to buy Cardiff. Jesus. Right, what am I looking for? Oh yeah, I could have just searched it. Why am I doing all this? Hold on, there we go. Come on, behave. I saw that, yeah. He is genuinely so nice. Like, he is. Okay, why is that misbehaving? Anyway, what I was trying to... it's been a dick. Oh, Swerve Strickland would absolutely murder Trick Williams. It wouldn't last 2 minutes. It's been confirmed. I think he'd be a good owner for them, and he would really smarten up them from the Welsh perspective. They would sign a lot of good Welsh talent. What I seen the other day is Natalia Neidhart is now going to challenge for the Evolve Women's Championship. I feel like that's a big laughing emoji comment. What do you guys think? Is that tears or laughing emoji? Natalia Neidhart is going to challenge for the Evolve Women's Championship. She should be, after she gets the Lou Fez award. I've got all the respect in the world for Natalia. But Jesus Christ. the Evolve Women's title. She's going to get pinned by a damn rookie. 1, 2. You have lost your family status. 3. No wonder she'll wrap up subscriptions on her sister's OnlyFans at this rate. One, 2. It doesn't matter if the Rock counts to 3. Brilliant segment with the best people's elbow ever. Trick Williams is too bodacious and chocolate eye candy. I like Trick. He's a showman, not a modern day scrap artist. Evolve is so far gone from being good anymore that it's not worth watching. It is dead. I mean, Evolve is now just an Everstone. Okay, what's this? Have they? What's this saying? That's bullshit. Ahmed Johnson and Obafemi comparisons, I kind of see that. Especially from a size and power perspective. Like, I do get that kind of vibe. But Obafemi also gives me a little bit of, like, Ron Simmons / Farouk vibes. Like, late 90s Farouk. But I see what you're thinking about Ahmed Johnson, though. You can certainly feel some sort of vibe. Okay. We've done news, so you guys know what's next. You guys know what's coming. Jesus Christ, Apple. Or could you imagine Farouk and Bradshaw trying to catch Starsky and Hutch? Oh, that'd be funny. We'll call it, what's the best way to put it? Lethal Weapon. The APA edition. Oh, that wasn't funny. But, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time. We are 1 hour in. We are 1 hour in, and it is now time to start reviewing one of the absolute best episodes of weekly episodic wrestling television. we've got a damn masterpiece to review. So, get some fire emojis, get some muscle emojis, get some any damn emoji you want. Let's burn that shit to the ground. And I'm going to review it in the right way. I am all in. Oh, could you imagine Bradshaw sitting like this? Jeez, Ron, this cigar shit. Okay then, let's do this. AEW Dynamite episode 300. You have selected 300. If this is not the film you want to see, please say no now. Sorry, hold on. Let me rephrase that. If this is the movie you want to see, please say yes now. No. You have selected 300. Popcorn, smiles, trophies, mics, scarves, fire. Fire. This show is on fire. Triple Nose is a fucking liar. Mark Henry asked Rashom Farouk to find the lost child. What is your favorite Dynamite match? It's still Omega versus Danielson, but second place has now gone to Ibushi versus Okada. Legit. I would include 2018 because 2018 was a good year, bar some hits and misses. Those were some relatively strong years for them, yeah. Round 1. Fight. Heavy Rain. Finish him. Nah, sorry, I only get Rainmakers. Fatality. What a match last night. But we're going to do this right here. Right now for you viewing audience. We begin AEW Dynamite, of course, with the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. It is Hangman Adam Page, who comes out, makes a very emotional promo, strong words from the challenger. And he does not, and I love this, he does not give a flying fuck who he has to go through, even just to beat Moxley next Saturday. That is passion. That is fire. That is emotion. That gets the crowd up off their fat asses. Love it. I like the fact that he is now, because he was betrayed by the Elite, he can now fully cement his position as the top babyface. He can now cement his position that if you want to be the number one guy in AEW, regardless of who the champion is, you've got to go through Hangman. Sorry, Catherine, you're not going to like that, but it's true. Testament to himself, he nailed it. Hangman, back-to-back Dynamites, has had the best bloody promo of the show. Last week it was in Spanish. This week it's in English. What's next? He does a promo in fucking French. We are treated. We are gifted. Hangman, you have redeemed yourself. And I am so fucking buzzed for the match next week. It's now, I know I was hoping for Okada versus Omega to main event, but as of what happened last night, I hope it's the co-main event. Or even they do them the women's title, then Moxley versus Hangman. Because that's your trifecta, that's your holy trinity of top matches. But wow. What a promo. And oh yeah, Bleach, I still think they would. Zodiac, I'm intrigued to see if he does win. I think Moxley might still retain. However, Hangman's chances have gone up. I know you've been saying that for a while, Maria, and I do understand that. In retrospect, I don't think it main events over this Texas Death now. I just don't see it. Especially from what they've put into it now, in terms of the full-blown style. Yes, Abel. Hangman Adam Page is still around. So here's the big one. Out comes Moxley. There's a little back and forth. Moxley does make a few little slip moments, but he gives it back as good as he gets. And some of his lines really hit hard. Let's look at one of the most important lines that he says. Oh, Adam Cole. Yeah, Adam Cole's TNT champion. There's one line that he says that has so much meaning to it. It could end up being the best single line of the entire year when he shuts down what it means to be the best wrestler in the world. He says he's so much more than that, which is an incredible statement. You can say you're the best in one company, you can say you're the best in the world, but to then say you're above all that? Absolutely, basic bitch shit. Like, he basically went, it means fuck all to me. That is some serious lines, some serious bars. But then he tops it by telling Hangman that winning the Owen isn't the high ceiling because he doesn't want to win. He is making Hangman doubt himself, as a world champion should. But the champion as well doesn't have a lot to stand on as well, because this is the first time in so long that he's wrestled Hangman one-on-one. And look at his record against Hangman. Individual record. It's very telling. But what I've mentioned about his promo that stands out the most is when he leaves. And obviously the rest of the Death Riders attack Hangman Adam Page. No problem, Abu. So he gets back up. I hope it's an absolute clusterfuck of mess, Bleach. I hope this thing goes close. Like, I hope it's an hour. But yep, absolutely, Zodiac. Here's the big point. So they beat him down, and then they all leave. He did, and this is what I'm getting to. So he challenged him to a Texas death match after that, saying, "You can't keep me down." I'm still getting back up, and it offends Claudio, which is really well done. But then Jon Moxley declines the offer for the Texas Death. Did you notice that he was completely brushing off the previous Texas Death match? Like he was refusing its existence? Like deliberate ignorance? Did you guys notice that? That's an impression, Zodiac, but you can see that it was almost they didn't want to remember it. Now, we know who won the last one, and it was exciting. But what's wild is like Jon Moxley, as if he erased it from his mind until Hangman brought up. Obviously, we do get an appearance from the Ops. Marina Shafir takes one of the best buckshot lariats ever. She sold that beautifully. Absolutely, Zodiac. But here's the thing. We should remember. And they should want us to remember. Because that's your bar that you've got to aim high for in Eclipse. But I like the way that they came back and went, well, actually, this did happen. I've already beaten you in this before, and I'm going to beat you again. It's great storytelling. It's great back and forth between champion and challenger. And I say this with great respect. This is the shit that I wish WWE was doing again. But they aren't. They're falling way too short. Like John Cena as a good heel. He's fallen short. I was very impressed. I loved this opening segment. It was seriously well done. No worries, James. You enjoy the rest of your night, brother. I will see you tomorrow. And you go from your main men's feud to one half of your women's feud. Marina did get what she deserved, absolutely. But she's incredible. Marina Shafir is so bloody good. Out comes the Women's World Champion, Timeless Toni Storm. She's at ringside. Except nobody believes it, Bleach. Toni Storm comes out to ringside. She's got a nice dinner in front of her as she prepares to watch her friend Mina Shirakawa dance her ass off in preparation of challenging for the 400-day reign of Mercedes Moné for the TBS title. And simply put, this match was fucking excellent. I like the way that this match was built. Both women taking each other seriously. Both women did not hesitate on pulling triggers. Toni Storm, the look in her eyes every time Mercedes had a big move, it was like a scarily bizarre stare from the champion, watching her all-in challenger up against a tough opponent. I thought the highlight of the match for me, in front of 5,000 people and climbing, that is true, Zodiac. She is genuinely that good. Mercedes went for the statement maker on Mina Shirakawa very early-ish on the match. and she got caught into a figure 4 leg lock. What a transition. The transitions, especially in this match, was excellent. I thought the timing did not fail. The Meteoras, the Sunset Flip Powerbomb, Mina's dancing, the crowd especially were so involved. They were behind them. Like, perhaps this should have main evented the show. Obviously, Ibushi versus Okada main event is special and is great. But this match certainly, gave it a big argument for actually we should have been the main event. The women really tested the men last night. And I really like that. I think Becky Lynch would genuinely struggle in AEW. When I look at her in general, I feel like she's so accustomed to a certain way of working. I don't think she's got it in her mind to switch up. I think she would struggle. The CEO would get the win with a small package. Again, Timeless Tony Storm. Her small package has now got a competitive rival. An exciting rival of the CEO package. Financially fire. She leaves it all to be desired. She then goes out. This is Mercedes Moné's 1000th official match as well, and she wins it. She goes out, licks the cake. She then goes back and beats up Shirakawa. Tony Storm saves her. But with just a little bit of hesitation, she takes her eye off her challenger. And then Mercedes, well, she took that one to the mat. Mercedes Moné is going into All In undefeated. Timeless Tony Storm is coming in as the #1 women's star in AEW. You've got the Star versus the Streak. What makes you think that? I think that's an interesting point, but what makes you think that? She's had a fair few highly accomplished talents she's been up against, but Mercedes is right up there. I'm eager to think that it's a ploy from the champion. Like, she's deliberately not showing it because it then puts Mercedes on too much alert, you know? Please tell me this is a joke. Okay, who wants to laugh at something? Oh yeah, 100%. It's only for one belt. Like this is basically Brett versus HBK Survivor Series 1992. Okay, Maria. First of all, you said let's hear it. I just want to say this is a woman speaking, not me. I'm talking about a woman right now. So, prepare to laugh. Soraya via rule breakers. I mean, I did go on a date and we had sex in a public place where the LA abandoned zoo, not the real zoo, no, 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 the abandoned zoo, and that was this year. So she got stuffed by a bear. Oh, I think it's absolutely funny. I think it's absolutely funny. She got Zoolandered. She got in the zoo. They couldn't get a hotel. I mean, it was abandoned, so I guess they got a. They must have got a lion's den. Oh look, there's the penguin pen. Let's go in there. They can flap their wings at us. She probably used an NXT belt with it as well. Ash. Right. What are the odds Zodiac is going to be a very happy man for the next thing we discuss? I do indeed. Yeah, that's something you would definitely find on the World Wide Webs, Fernando. Cage Heat starring Soraya in a tiger's cage, or meerkats. Zodiac be like all excited. I get to talk about MGF right now. Let's do this. So, Fatal 4-Way for the second spot, even though the second spot actually does not matter. The number 2 spot in the All-In Gauntlet. Maxwell, Jacob, Vontavious Porter. I really don't like him in that bloody MVP attire, but I like the involvement with the Syndicate. Anyway, MJF is in action against Brody King. AR Fox. And Anthony Bowens. Fun match. Again, MJF has revitalized himself, and I like it. It's fun, it's exciting. We see some effort from him. Brody King, he's just an excellent powerhouse. AR Fox, he's an interesting one. And Anthony Bowens, he's definitely struggling at the minute. I think he's in trouble. I think they have to find something to do for him. AR Fox in this match really stood out. Oh, massively. He is excellent. I think AR Fox has something, but I don't know what his ceiling is. But I've got nothing against him. But I'm eager to see where they go. Now, I really was impressed by MJF's timing. I like his heel tactics, trying to bribe Brody King to leave him alone at the start of the match. I thought that was funny. His runaways behind the announce table. Proper heel shit. Brody King was just on a mission to kill. He was close to choking out MJF on several occasions. I can't fault it. I really can't fault this. And he almost loses on several occasions as well. MJF faced some jeopardy. It wasn't a dominant display by the former champion. We got to see that man face some jeopardy. And he does on 2 or 3 occasions almost lose. However, he does win with the Salt of the Earth armbar submission. Oh yeah, it was, 100%. We get a brilliant conclusion to the match from MJF. Jet Speed come out as well. Well, Mark Briscoe does first, and obviously he does rip into MJF in his little kosher pickle, that's a hell of a funny line. They will have a face-to-face on the mic next week, number 1 and number 2 in the Gauntlet. Again, I admire that. We were then treated, of course, to Jet Speed, who come out and get in the Hurt Syndicate's face. The Syndicate beat them down. They continue to get back up. They mug them off, saying you're going to have to kill us to get rid of us. We know for a fact that we're getting Jet Speed versus the Hurt Syndicate at All In. But what we're also getting potentially is the Hurt Syndicate defending the tag team titles against Jet Speed and Cage and Nick Wayne. Triple threat is expected for All In for the tag titles. This segment took too long. As much as I enjoyed it, I do agree. They did overextend it though. Oh, that's lucky, Abel. I do get your point about segment time too long. I do agree. It was good though. It wasn't a bad segment, but it did drag a little. Something they can work on. Daniel Garcia in catering where he belongs. I don't think it would have worked if they had a heel versus heel tag match. Just look at what just happened recently. If you're going to have FTR, you do it in a fatal four way. I actually think a fatal four way would have been better. Heroes versus villains. There's plenty of them right now. I think he will return to. He's going to definitely go up against FTR with Christian Cage. I mean, the Death Riders do need a coffee boy, so Daniel Garcia could go make the coffee, I suppose. Tag team brutality. Are you excited about Superman? I will watch it. I'm excited. Like maybe a 6 out of 10. It was a great run, that Christian Cage. He always delivers. We've got a fun 6-man tag match next. Bandito, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong versus Takeshita and the Bucks. This is brutality. I agree, Maria, 100%. There's no way to say this. This was how to kill your parents. This was a brutal, violent performance by the Bucks and Takeshita. And I absolutely enjoyed it. They did not hesitate to pull any form of trigger. Yeah, like several years ago, like 8 years ago. She's absolutely mid. There was obviously that blue thunderbomb that nearly injures Bandito. That was quite a scary moment, but luckily he's fine. We get an EVP trigger and the Raging Fire on O'Reilly. It was fun. We then got a brawl from Ospreay and Strickland up against the Bucks before challenging them. It was a good little smack about. And then we get the bombshell. Will Ospreay. You know that Will Ospreay is a big AJ Styles mark when he has just invoked what AJ did in 2012 when he was unable to challenge for the TNA World title for a year. He is putting that up for grabs against the EVP status. I think this match is going to see the return of Jack Perry. I think it seems obvious Jack Perry will return during the Bucks versus Ospreay Swerve tag match. EVP, the title of EVP versus the opportunity to challenge for the World Championship. Yep, Swerve as well. Abu. If doesn't matter who loses, like who loses the match, Will Ospreay and Swerve cannot challenge for the world title for a year if they lose to the Bucks next Saturday, which I think is excellent. Like that's an excellent motivation. This was built as villains versus heroes, which is fun. Yeah, you're not wrong. Swerve was very angry, but he did eventually agree to it. But I did like that they said if they take the EVP status away, it means the only person in charge is the person who's chairman and president of the company, and that's Tony Khan. I like that. That was a good, respectful comment in that way. Maybe. I'm not sure if he wins that title. I think he gets Tanahashi at Forbidden Door. Speaking of that, we do get an exciting match between Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland up against Dralistico and Beast Mortos. This was a very exciting tag match. Beast Mortos is a great wrestler. I actually really like him for a big man who moves so fast the way he does. Like, he's unique. Like, he is so unique. And I want to see more of him. Like, I really do. And the fact that we got a Stormbreaker Swerve Stomp combination, that was so much fun. I don't think they should be out the picture, but I like the fact that they've raised the stakes for the match, though. Like, they've raised the stakes so high. But I don't think... I don't think in the circumstance that they will lose. I think Jack Perry's going to have a big say, though. And we're doing well for time as well. I was aiming for 2 hours. We're at 1 hour 40. So here we go. So far, so good. We get a little funny tape video. The gamble was just to put some pressure on them, but it also makes it less obvious if the Bucks are going to win. For all we know, they might lose. I don't think they will, but I'm eager to see what they do, though. Like, they've got an idea. It's just, can they fulfill it? David Corenswet and Nicholas Holt, obviously, Superman and Lex Luger are in a little pre-tape video that we see ahead of Superman, which I thought was excellent. Kenny Omega in a cape. Ospreay versus Swerve as a feud would seriously be excellent. A proper feud instead of just a one-off. Like, it would be intense. Like, you gambled my chance of being world champion again. Can't challenge for a year. No matter who the champion is, like, that would burn a hole in you. It would be so good. David Corenswet obviously gets an AEW World Title to hold. He gets a cape, whereas Nicholas Holt doesn't get a championship. And MJF doesn't get a cape either, so yeah. Eddie Kingston and Darby are coming back at All In. I think we're going to get a lot of returns. Copeland, I'm hoping Jay White and Juice Robinson. I think Hikaru Shida will return at All In. Eddie Kingston, I hope he doesn't, but I suspect it. I agree with you. Darby Allin, I do agree. There's a lot of good ones here. Jack Perry as well, obviously. I think we're going to get a lot of good returns at All In. I'm not a fan of his either, Abu. The guy's boring. But we were treated specially, and I did like this now. This is where the real fun begins. Well, culminates for the show. Main event time. I agree, Jay White should return as a heel. And he should be the one that takes the title of Darby Allin. Eddie Kingston is just a fat slob who can't wrestle. He has decent promos, but he can't wrestle for shit. And his back fist is a bigger pussy than the Judas effect. Which, to be fair, with Jericho in good shape now, Jericho should be able to hit that elbow properly. There's so many possibilities. If Jay White does return as a heel, though, they've got something. I think Omega will still turn heel when he wins the world title. Good shout, Abu. Main event. I think time will tell. Because right now they're building up some good baby faces to really test the metal. Like, they're testing the metal of who can do the job. I actually quite like it. Bryan Danielson as well. Like, we still don't know what his involvement's going to be. It was nice to see Kenny last night, but not as all the way I'd have brought him back. That's fair. Oh, Jay White would just pull the trigger on every cunt he could see. But the main event. Ooh. Even though I was excited for this match, I was skeptical about one thing. How do you try and come close to the Wrestle Kingdom 14 match between Ibushi and Kazuchika Okada, which is one of the best matches I've personally watched. It's one of my personal favorites as well. How do you even try and come close? How do you even challenge that match? Which, let's be real, Kota Ibushi was that close to beating Okada that night. That close. The heavy rain kick out from Okada. The spinning tombstone pile driver. A tombstone pile driver on the apron. The Rainmaker at the very end. An already kicked out Rainmaker. Shooting stars kicked out of. The lot. That was Wrestle Kingdom 14. So what did they do? on American soil, on Dynamite, the 300th episode, Kota Ibushi and Kazuchika Okada choose to run it back and bring violence. Oh, it definitely is a different brand, different environment, but the pacing of the match is wonderful. The way it starts, both men, obviously they haven't wrestled each other in so long, both men are feeling it out. You feel it out in the strongest way. Oh, he does. 100%, Maria. You see the strength of Ibushi. This man, he has no fear. When it comes to anything death-defying, he will do it. His timing, his presence, it's right up there. And rightly so. Like this guy, the Golden Star, he is a star for a reason. Okada. We said it last week. Okada was locked in. He's still locked in. Okada is like a padlock. You need to find a key if you want to unlock him. Oh, massively, Bleach. And Zodiac, that is a very good way to describe how you bring him back. I know you've said that before. I absolutely enjoy it. Oh, Abu, see the way they used him in the fucking cruiserweight thing. They didn't know what they were doing with him. Thank God he didn't. I'm glad he went and won the. I'm glad he went back to New Japan and just won title after title after title, and just carried them on his back like it was an ease. Like the guy is special. I absolutely love watching Kota Ibushi. There's nothing bad I can say about Kota Ibushi. None. The guy always delivers. Even when he's not 100%, he delivers. Okada is the same. Oh, hands down, Bleach. You can see it in his presence, like how he acts. He's a proper caring individual. From how he's written, it's really well done. But both men, did they top Wrestle Kingdom 14? No. But did they get close? Imagine if those two got an extra 25 minutes. If that, even like another 15-20 minutes to what they already had. 25 obviously is a stretch, but it's still a good stretch. But imagine they had an extra 15-20 minutes. Ooh. We could have had something special. Even more special than what we already got. We were treated last night. We were given a match of great enjoyment. Okada, of course, does win the match. But there is no loser. Of course, the winner is Okada, but there's no loser in terms of Kota Ibushi suffers from this defeat. He does not. He gains from this defeat, which is what I was trying to say about Josh Alexander last week. Yes, he loses matches, but he's gaining something important. He is gaining reactions and still doing his job, and he's still going to get rewarded for it. But this is how it works. Ibushi versus Dragunov would have been sick as fuck. Don Callis on commentary. He's too good. That Tiger Driver from the top rope was absolutely sublime as well. That was my spot of the match, spot of the night as well. Following the match, of course, the Callis family would attack the Golden Star. And of course, Kenny Omega, who comes out, saves him. overall, really loved it. I absolutely loved it. I don't often rate shows, but honestly, this thing was perfect. Despite little things in between, this is one of the best Dynamites I've watched all year. One of the best Dynamites I've watched in this entire 6 years of running. Collision 100, how that celebrates its 100th episode, I don't know. But Dynamite celebrated 300 the right way. By building story, elevating stories, because people love to use that elevate. I'm going to use it now. And adding more to your primary stories. Everything fell into place. And there's still another 3 shows left to go before All In. We still have another Collision. We still have Dynamite 301, which we'll do a watch along for. Collision 100, and we've got Collision 101. And I'll do something for that as well. We'll also do stuff for Dynamite. For All In. Those writers are definitely getting a raise because they're paying attention and they are working hard, and the talent are working hard too. When you are at your best, you get rewarded the right way. When you're at your worst, you should be replaced. Oh, Abu, honestly, if you get a chance, go on. If you get a chance tonight, watch wrestling. In fact, you know what, Abu? I'll tell you exactly how long you've got the full episode on watch wrestling. Because you should honestly watch it, brother. Really, you've got to watch this. Let's see. Two parts on Daily Motion. The first part is 1 hour 4. And part 2 is 51 minutes. So you get a good 1 hour 54, which is now where we're at. And that's how it should be. So, ladies and gentlemen, good man. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 1 hour 54. And yet, you don't feel bored talking about this because it's good television. You don't feel like you want to escape it. This is the enjoyment of wrestling right now. I say it all the time, the way things are right now. I'm more excited for a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Saturday for Collision or a pay-per-view that's good than I am for a Monday or a Friday. It's hard to be excited by a Monday or a Friday right now for wrestling because the lack of interest and the lack of ability to just want to be better isn't there. And Bleach, myself, Kings, Abu, Zodiac, Maria, Catherine, all that, we all say the same thing. Until the live WWE crowds catch up to us in terms of taking these bastards seriously, Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown will be like going for a shit and being on the toilet for 2 hours. Because for SmackDown it'll be 2 hours, but Raw is like going for a 3-hour shit. You're just sitting there with a newspaper. Oh yes, the funny pages. Oh yeah, Jey Uso, he's on the funny page. Unfunny. Grow up is a good way to put it. Until they start taking shit seriously, they will not be good again. Whereas AEW right now, look at the numbers. Tony Khan is getting clowned because he's talking about how well the ratings for AEW are doing right now. Like, they're actually going up. And he's getting clowned on that for promoting these. And I'm like, why is he being attacked for that? His company is doing what users are demanding. Users are demanding the ratings to be higher. They are getting higher because consistency in the booking and the product. And that's now a problem. If it was the other way around, it would be a WWE masterclass if their ratings were so high and they were being praised left, right, and center. But AEW can't do well in the ratings and they get fucked about. It's time for the stupid media like Frightful, Body Slam, JD from his mother's pissant's basement. Start giving AEW a bit more respect when it comes to your media coverage of them. Because if you do that, they might actually see something. Instead of being biased journalism, you could be unbiased. Your WWE press passes aren't going to get taken away from you. You're meant to be all-round coverage. This is why I'm not a media journalist. But yet, I hold them all accountable. There is nothing on this show that I can say is negative. But most cases with AEW, I do criticize the shows. So I will try and find a negative from this show. The length of that segment that we spoke about was true. MJF looking like MVP with a little dick doesn't work. But they are actually given lots of new talent opportunities. You can watch a WWE show and you know how it starts. Seth Rollins' song goes off and we hear a lot of awful promos. We get a match that lasts 5 minutes. No one gets a chance to showcase themselves. Then the women get a match. Then we got a Judgment Day segment. Then we got another shitty match. Then we got another Judgment Day segment. It's not working. Whereas AEW, they're trying new things. It's not hard. Be exciting. Grab it by the fucking throat and try hard to improve the product. Yeah, that's true. Jey Uso, he's already in there from the start, which is another boring thing. This is literally one of the best Dynamites in a long time. Not in terms of long time where it's all round perfect, but I mean start to finish, storyline elevation, talent showcased, good matches, good promos, a strong ending, and yet we're not even at the go-home show for All In. That's next week. Right now, AEW is a value for your money if you're a pro wrestling fan. It's about time they just take it seriously. Exactly. Yep, 100%. Here's something funny, and I stand by this. That comment that Nick Khan said about don't book for the IWC or don't book for the internet fans. Okay then. Don't book for the internet fans. But just remember all the sheep that's in your shows. Don't book for them either because they don't know what pro wrestling is. They just know how to sing songs. Whereas we hold you accountable. We hold AEW accountable if AEW does shit wrong. We hold TNA accountable for putting the title belt on that useless prick. Mannerisms are mannerisms, and accountability is accountability for your damn product and your shitty booker. Right now, Triple H, you're being outbooked by Tony Khan. And it's not even close. For all the stuff that people say about him, Tony Khan right now is actually having his best year as a booker. His best year as a booker, we're only 7 months in. You may not have to like the man, but he's actually given wrestling fans a good show, a good product, and is actually improving a lot. And also, most importantly, he is giving them what they say they don't get. You're getting storyline as well as matches. They're not just booking matches right now. They're actually booking story that has layers to it. I agree, Zodiac, 100%. Josiah, that is spot on, brother. You know what's funny? See, for all this shit as well, this is my last point before I get out here tonight. Tony Khan doesn't book stories, he just books wrestling matches. Then explain Monday Night Raw since WrestleMania. Explain the random pay-per-view matches that have no built storyline to them. It seems to be that Triple H is just booking wrestling matches with no story. Now, Tony Khan will love to just book a wrestling match, 100%. I'm not going to deny that. But he's actually booking 3 separate stories right now that are thriving. And that's proof in the pudding by the increase in ratings. And I said before, I'm not a ratings interest. I don't particularly like to talk about it. But if the ratings are going up, it means they're doing something. Just give them the respect they deserve. Give credit where credit's due. And when WWE does it, I'll do the same back. More or less, Bleach. More or less, you're not wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 2 hours, 4 minutes. I just want to say thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. I was going to go 2 hours because I am tired and I need to go and just relax, have something to eat. Exactly, Abel. Spot on. I will be back tomorrow for more fun. But I'd like you all on the way out to smile, enjoy the rest of your night, like, share, and subscribe to the Weekly Steelchair, and better yet, go and watch some of your favourite wrestling matches, your favourite feuds. Watch a pay-per-view you love. And at least you'll get some enjoyment that you rightly deserve. My friends, thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. Peace out, boss man. You're welcome, Zodiac. I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow on the review that we're going to do, I'm going to ask you all a very important question. But it's not this question. Josiah, all right then. We'll do 10 minutes. We'll do 10 minutes. That'll take us up to 2.25 hours. Your time starts now. I don't know. I don't see it. Like, truthfully, I don't see it. Would your character be a heel or face, and which brand? I mean, if I was TNA and AEW, I would definitely be a babyface. I was on WWE, I'd be a heel so I can tell them how shit they are. But in general, I like the idea of being both. Ooh. Pretty much this. In terms of it, I would have Gabe Kidd try and hold up to Tanahashi in terms of style. I would have Tanahashi go for the high five flow. Not Gail Kim, sorry, but I was thinking of Gail Kim later on because she's something I want to talk about tomorrow. Tanahashi hits the high fly flow frog splash, bounces, but then Gabe Kidd rolls through and hits a pile driver for the win. I want Adam Page versus Jon Moxley. I think MJF wins the Gauntlet. I'm not sure if Adam Page wins the title, but I would rather see that. I think that has a lot of steel to it. Moxley versus Darby Allin, does it need to be for the title? I don't think so. But I think Darby Allin still has a big part to play when it comes to Jon Moxley's end of the Death Riders. Either or would be exciting title matches. If MJF wins the Gauntlet, does he win the title match and how long does he stick with the Syndicate? I think he wins the Gauntlet, but I don't think he wins the title the first attempt. It wouldn't surprise me if they screw him. I think she just wants to be someone who just thrives on working hard, and she's chill, and I quite like that. But I still think she's quite boring. I mean, for you, Abel, you'd be running around like Jonathan Gresham, but with less technical talent. I'm just kidding. Remember what I said about Soraya? She was happy in the tiger pen. That I agree on. I've seen clips of her presentation and they really don't give a shit about her in that way. Speaking of horses, there's a guy who um, in Wales who abused horses sexually. That's been reported from within Wales. Ugh. Sarah gives me like horror film goth girl who goes camp with her stoner friend gets killed by like Jason. Now she gets killed by the mother in a camp in the in the actual in the cabin whilst getting bootios. Okay. I was, but now they're saying that. But now they're saying that Goto was injured, and the best case scenario was to put the belt back on Zack Sabre Jr. If that's the case, then I'm alright with that. But I just wish I don't. I've got nothing against Zack. I just didn't want it to be him. But it adds to my suspicion that the likes of Evil could potentially win the G1, even though my pick is like he's a dark horse pick with Yota, but my pick to win's either Gabe Kidd or David Finlay. Are the sheep not enough? Jesus, what a comment. Yep. Needle Dick had a shot on Horse Dick, and he just thought he would be man enough to take on a horse. Absolutely, it's so bloody disgusting, these people. Oh, it definitely is. It absolutely is. Shannon Moore in AEW would be so damn good. I haven't seen him wrestle in so long as well. Tony Khan has claimed, however, now All In is at Wembley next year. So we will get All In Wembley free, which I will be at that for. Tony Khan claims that All In Texas this year will be their best ever show. Fightful, the frauds that they are, but they've said there's open discussions about Sting making a potential appearance or cameo at All In. The funny thing is, when Evil last won a title, they did get a lot of good viewers. That's the only thing. Evil is a crazy draw. But his mystique recently has been so good. Like, I like his presentation. I just think some of his matches aren't great. But I like how he comes out like that dark mystique look. And Yota Tsuji's the opposite in the same way, but with all red. It looks so cool. Mm-hmm. It's true. That is true. She's reckless, but that is true. JR on his own podcast has confirmed he will be at All In Texas. I hope he does the Omega Okada match, and I hope he does the main event. If he does the women's match, I'll be happy. If he does the three main title matches, I'll be happy. Collision 100, we have an 8-woman tag match, just to let you know. Thunder Rosa, Queen Aminata, and Tai J versus Athena, Thekla, Megan Bayne, and Julia Hart. That will cook some good gravy for food. That will be good. Fuck Roman Reigns anyway. The guy's a donkey. But with that, that's a closing statement. I'm going to get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this evening. You guys are all phenomenal. I will be back tomorrow. We will have more fun. I have a question for you that I'm going to ask tomorrow. And then, in the way we're doing it, Fernando, yes. 100%. And I'm going to vanish into the night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And don't worry, if you watch tomorrow, not only will you get asked the question, you might get to see something extra as well. Or maybe you get invited to it. Good night, guys. See you later.